The intergalactic trade station Nexus 7 had seen its share of diplomatic incidents. Wars had started over mistranslated gestures. Alliances had crumbled due to improper seating arrangements. But nothing, absolutely nothing, had prepared them for the day humanity opened a food court. It started innocently enough. Chef Miguel Ramirez had won the lottery to establish humanity's first off-world restaurant. He'd arrived with crates of ingredients, an industrial-grade kitchen setup, and a sign that read Miguel's Earth Kitchen, authentic human cuisine. The first customer was a Zalathian diplomat, a species that prided themselves on their refined palates and ability to consume virtually any organic matter. "I'll take your mild option," the diplomat said, his 12 tentacles waving dismissively. "I've studied human cuisine. Your species' idea of spicy is quite primitive compared to Zalathian fire crystals." Miguel tried to warn him. "Sir, maybe you should start with the chicken soup. The mild salsa, human." Miguel shrugged and served him chips with what humans considered mild salsa. 17 seconds later, the diplomat's color-changing skin cycled through 14 different shades of panic. Station security found him in the fountain 3 levels down, desperately trying to absorb water through every pore. Word spread quickly through the station's diverse population. The humans were serving biological weapons and calling it food. But then something unexpected happened. A young Krokan warrior, from a species that valued endurance above all else, approached the stand. "I wish to test myself against your ghost pepper wings," she announced. Miguel raised an eyebrow. "You sure? They made a Vindarian combat veteran cry last week." "Vindarians are weak. Serve me your weapon food." 20 wings later, the Krokan was sweating through her exoskeleton, tears streaming from all 6 eyes, but still standing and smiling. "This," she gasped, "this is glorious. It's combat. It's meditation. It's transcendence. I can feel my ancestors." Within hours, the Krokan had posted about the experience on the Galactic Network. The Ghost Pepper Challenge became a rite of passage. Warriors from across the galaxy lined up to prove their worth against humanity's tactical assault cuisine. But the real chaos started when Miguel introduced the breakfast menu. "What is this coffee?" asked Administrator Ilex, whose species had evolved on a low-gravity world and moved with ethereal grace. "Just a morning beverage," Miguel said, pouring a cup. "Helps you wake up." Ilex took one sip. Her usual graceful movements suddenly became aggressive. She reorganized the entire station's filing system in 30 minutes, fired 3 incompetent subordinates, and implemented a new efficiency protocol that increased productivity by 400%. "More," she demanded, sliding her credit chip across the counter. "Give me more of the productivity liquid." Coffee became the station's most valuable trade commodity overnight. The Thrakkery Empire offered 3 planets for exclusive coffee rights. The peaceful collective of Harmony started their first war in a millennium when someone suggested limiting caffeine imports. Then came the day Miguel decided to host Taco Tuesday. No one was prepared for Taco Tuesday. The combination of foods that could be mild or volcanic, the interactive nature of self-assembly, the chaos of toppings, it created a perfect storm. Some species discovered their first experience with flavor pleasure. Others found spiritual enlightenment in the perfect salsa-to-guacamole ratio. The hive mind collective of Zeta 9 temporarily split into 17 different consciousnesses just to argue about whether flour or corn tortillas were superior. Ambassador Kothar of the Galactic Council watched the chaos from his office. Beings from incompatible biochemistries sharing tables, warriors bonding over spice challenges, entire trade negotiations being conducted over coffee. "It's madness," his aide said. "Should we shut it down?" Kothar watched a Vryaxian who dissolved most organic matter on contact, carefully trying chopsticks while a human child patiently taught him. "No. Look closer." The aide looked, really looked. Species that had been enemies for centuries were laughing together over failed attempts to eat burritos. The galaxy's most feared assassin was teaching a young Quellian how to properly hold a pizza slice. 3 different religious sects had formed a temporary alliance to share a jumbo nachos platter. Human food isn't just sustenance. Kothar mused. It's tactical social engineering disguised as cuisine. They've done more for interspecies relations in 1 month than we've achieved in decades of diplomatic summits. Down in the food court, Miguel served another order, unaware he'd accidentally created the galaxy's first truly neutral ground, a place where differences were settled by sauce preferences and bonds were forged in the fires of capsaicin. The official report would describe it as unexpected culinary diplomacy. The unofficial reports, filed by medical bays across the station, simply read, "Humans are insane, but their food is worth it." 6 months later, the Galactic Council voted unanimously to grant humanity full membership, on the condition that every human colony came with at least one authentic Earth restaurant. The measure passed after the Council tried Miguel's grandmother's homemade tamales. Even the synthetic intelligence representatives, who didn't eat, voted yes out of respect for the aroma.